Yo, what up, Toshi here? We have a brand new turn-based game that is seemingly going to be releasing in the future. Don't know, I can't really say immediate or near future, just because all this game or the devs behind the game decided to do in terms of marketing for the game as of right now was drop a sort of teaser. It's not even like a trailer, it's just a teaser. We'll take a look at it. I've already seen it just so I know how to frame this video. But aside from that, there isn't any news surrounding this game. This came out of nowhere. Apparently, this game was talked about in the beginning of the year. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, anyways, let's take a look at it. Anchor Panic. Now, of course, it's a turn-based game. If I didn't already say that in the beginning of the video, I usually just try to cover turn-based games on this channel. I've made that clear in the previous video and videos before. So Anchor Panic is an immersive. Also, I'm so sorry for the white jump scare on the screen here. I don't know how to change it to dark mode on PC. So yeah, I apologize about this in advance. Anchor Panic is an immersive sci-fi role-playing turn-based game. Obviously, this is a world where a century ago, a devastating war known as the Sugar War erupted from another dimension. While reconstruction and recovery process steadily in the present, progress steadily in the present, the scars remain. Okay, yeah, I just suck at reading apparently. I have horrible reading comprehension. During the conflict, humanity constructed the global defensive barrier, skyborne barriers, to block the sugar evasion. I also stutter quite a bit. Utilizing AI MBS technology, okay, whatever that is, they created super soldiers called operators. They injected them with the super soldier serum. So I've been watching a lot of Marvel stuff as of recently. With the help of these empowered warriors, humanity ultimately secured victory. 100 years have passed since the war's end, yet the great powers of the world have descended into eternal strife. Now, unto this very day, the world once again stands at a critical juncture of destiny. This doesn't really say too much about the game, right? I like, obviously most of you just want to like know what the game entails. That didn't really give a description of the game whatsoever, but it's to be expected. We'll probably get that later on. So this is just the first cover art for the game. It's a waifu game, of course. I didn't really see any male characters when I was looking through the art and the little teaser. Just a heads up for those of you that do care about that. Strategy, live turn-based battle. I also do think they use AI art for their characters. I can't, confirm it, but I have a feeling just by looking at the character models. But for those of you that are more well-versed and being able to distinguish between real art and AI art, definitely do let me know in the comment section down below. Overall, I do think the character designs in the game are okay. They're not the greatest. They're not the worst. They're okay. And that's totally fine. They're serviceable. Like, we don't have very many 3D turn-based games as of right now for gacha. This will be like, as far as I'm concerned, the fourth, following Persona, because we had Honkai Star Rail, then we had Madoka Magica Magic Zedra. No, it'll be the fifth, because we had Rudimental White Shadow, right? So it'll be like the fifth following Persona 5X, right? What is this here? Sci-fi, thrilling storylines. So it's just going over the story. I do like this design quite a bit. Diverse gameplay inside story. Okay, just typical. What's this here? I want to see if they have will there be PvP? I feel like there will be, obviously, but where is that? Oh, I guess a Theory Restart is 3D as well, right? Man, screw a Theory Restart. That's why I didn't even consider it in the 5 I mentioned before. Gross game. High precision 3D modeling with illustration. I mean, I think one of the things that a lot of these games suffer or struggle in the department of is skins. And I mentioned this in like the previous like the gacha games I'm playing video, right? I mentioned Epic 7 could do one of the things that it should try to do, and that is showcase like release skins, right, for the characters, stuff like that. It's a market they should pursue, but they don't really pursue that much. In fact, they give the skins free to an extent. The only skin they really monetized was like the Tamarind skin, and this was met with a ton of controversy. So I think they try to avoid monetizing skins because of incidents like that. But who knows what they're doing over there at the studio. Anyways, I think this game could pursue this department. I mean, just by looking at the nature of the character models and the skins itself, seems like there's going to be a lot of sexualization of the characters. I don't really have a problem with that. But hey, all power to the devs if they want to make money. I know Artery Gear Fusion back in the day had some really, really nice skins for the little chibi characters. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's pretty much it. It didn't say PvP or anything. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Most likely this game will have PvP. If it doesn't have PvP, I'd be very shocked. I would honestly be less inclined to play it long term if it did not have PvP. Not saying I'm PvP brain rotted, but I feel like games like this should steer towards grabbing players that enjoy that grind, because I don't feel like this game will be the game to compete with a game like Honkai Star Rail that is for players that do not enjoy PvE but also do enjoy PvP, right? So you have the players that don't enjoy PvP, you also have the players that just enjoy PvE. And Honkai Star Rail is able to grab both of those demographics pretty well. Anyways, let's look at the teaser that they did release for those of you that are curious about this game. I probably won't play the whole thing because, again, it doesn't really showcase anything about the game. It's just a sort of world-building teaser. I think this is not necessarily the main character, but the protagonist of the story. When I say main character, it's not like Honkai Star Rail, or I assume it's not going to be like Honkai Star Rail where you choose like your MC, you have Stel and you have Kalis, right? I don't think this is going to be the same as that. But I could be wrong. Obviously, there is so far only waifus in this game. So I'm leaning towards it just being one character. What a creepy looking mob design. I like the music though. I probably have to mute it just in case it's copyrighted. I doubt it though. You know, I gotta say, we'll probably just end it there. I gotta say, this is giving me Snowbreak Containment Zone vibes in terms of the world building. And there's nothing wrong with that. I really like Snowbreak Containment Zone. For those of you that know the game, I covered it extensively when it did drop for like the first year and a half. Really, really love that game. I still love the game, but I just don't really keep up with it that much nowadays. I think the world building feels very similar to that game. But a lot of games usually take the post-apocalyptic or after-war approach for the world building, so it's to be expected. This is the pre-registration page. Pre-register now, so we're not necessarily going to get a beta for this game, it seems. You're just going to have the game release, and then you can play the game when the game releases, whenever that case may be. They didn't give any release date or any any hint towards when the game would release, so we have no idea. This is the pre-registration rewards, SSR sigil box. You can probably tell what this is. This would most likely be an SSR character if I had to take a guess here. You have the XP reward level of characters, blah, blah. Crystal Ashes, I'm going to guess this is a 10 pool, just by the looks of it. I would assume that one pool in the game equals 150, right? It makes the most sense. Regular Link Permit, this might be another pool, reward might be just standard banner pool. We'll have to wait and see. And then D Blood Regen, I have to guess this is something to do with like, if it is taking the approach of Honkai Star Rail and Epic 7, right, those types of turn-based games, you would have your artifacts, right, your weapons, light cones, same thing, artifacts, light cones, same thing. So maybe this is the material to upgrade the light cone and artifact of the game. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, these are pre-registration rewards. I gotta say, this is a really good character model, though. Really nice design. And then we have some more stuff here. Like they have the Facebook page. They actually did post some of the characters in their splash arts to various social medias. Maybe we'll take a look at that in the future video if any of you are interested in this game, right? I'm honestly just gauging interest with this video here. I like this character design quite a bit. Oh, I guess we're going to Twitter, aren't we? We're going to Twitter? I guess we're going to Twitter. Where can I find it? I really like that character model. I can't find it, but this is one of the designs you'll probably see in the game, funnily enough. So yeah, expect to see characters like this. I like pink hair, so I'm not complaining. But that's it. That's the video here. Thank you for watching, and have a nice rest of your day. Of course, I'll keep you all updated on this game as we do get more news surrounding the game. It seems like this, again, came out of nowhere just based on the viewership the game and the marketing is obtaining right now. But yeah, we'll wait and see, and I'll keep you all updated. All right, bye-bye.